an opportunity that we can't pass on.
E te ti, e te tā, nau piki mai, nau kake mai. Ki tēnei pāpā hotanga whakaata Māori atu I konei, papai oia, Manawatū, rangi tāne tangata rau, rangi tāne nui ārangi, te tini whetū, ki te rangi ko rangi tāne ki te whenua. Oti hei, Māori ora.
Kia ora te... Kia ora te whānau, I'm Jackie Smith. This is Game 3, our clash, the Anzac Day clash between Australia and New Zealand. I am here with Australian softball commentator James Harris. James, what are your thoughts on this game?
Oh, hi Jackie. Well, from what we've seen so far today, two pretty evenly matched teams, but vying for a little bit of psychological advantage, trying to be the top team after the end of day one.
There you go, you've heard it here. Psychological advantage, that's what it's going to be all about today in this final game of day one. Back to you in the commentary box.
Anō mai, hara mai, and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to continued coverage here on Whakaata Māori. Well, it's the big one, the real big one here tonight. It's the ANZAC Test match at the U18 Men's World Cup Qualifier. I'm Jason Gerbies, a.k.a. Chopper, and joining me in commentary of this one, te reo specialist, Campbell. Campbell, we're going to go down to the ground announcer shortly. We'll wait for that, but anticipation tonight, big match up here, ANZAC Test.
Aira, Chop, kei te tika koe, yeah. E ke me nui whakahara tēnei ki wainga nui ngā kapa ANZAC me kira ko ngā tangata whenua ko Aotearoa, New Zealand, ka tuki atu ki wa tātou whanaunga, wa tātou tuakana me ki o Ahitereiria, Australia. Hikaka katoa ana ki te mātaki, ki te i tēnei kemi.
Oh, fantastic indeed. We're going to have an Australian commentator join us here as well, James Harris, a fantastic caller. But boy, oh boy, as we look at New Zealand coming out onto the diamond here tonight, Campbell, what goes through your mind? What goes through your heart?
Pride, Chop. Koira, hikaka, excitement. Wēnei tama, ko rite ki te tutu I te puahu, ki te pikiake ki tēnei papatū waiwai. Ara kāre ko atu I tēnei tukinga ki wainga I Aotearoa me Ahitereiria. Koina tāki.
Oh, yeah, simply outstanding. You see some of the New Zealanders here. The youngster, Kiharoa Landon Lane leading off, and there's some of the reserves on screen for you at the moment. But the big names in the earlier matchup today, Campbell, was Rico Ratu with the 2 home runs, the third baseman for New Zealand. He started red hot, didn't he?
Ai. Koe pērā te waiaro, ko tino ki te ngā kaunui, ki tēnei tākoro. Memehi ka tika hoki ki tōna papa ki a Stephen Ratu, kua kaha whai tēnei tākaro tātou Puyuka.
Jason J.K. Krumoro, head coach for New Zealand. He'll be assisted by two great coaches, Gene Lutton, experienced international baller for both Samoa and the New Zealand Black Sox, and of course Isaac Fletcher, the Sultan of Rosedale. Well, they're about to announce the Australian team. Allow me to introduce to you our Australian international caller joining us on debut here with Beyond the Dugout in New Zealand. Really privileged to have you along, James Harris.
Great to be here. Thanks so much, Chopper and the team at Māori for having me.
And we're going to get to James shortly. It really is fantastic indeed to have him along here this evening. It really, really is. As we work our way through tonight's game, the Australian lineup, as we look at them coming out here, Ethan Scott leading off, Parker Cameron, Finn Townsend. I tell you what, wait until you get to number 5 in the order, Jonathan Faber. We saw earlier today, Campbell, that kid can certainly pitch, but he can hit. 2 home runs in the day.
Te kaha hoki o tērā tama ki ngā mahi o te kaiepa. Hoi anō hoki ki ngā mahi tuki paoro. Kare ko atu ki roto I tēnei kapa ki aku whakaro. Ki wera mahi o te tuki paoro. Nā reira, tāria te waka ki te tātai me he mea ka pērā tonu ki tēnei kemi.
All right, I think he can go and walk about a little bit. Let's see if we can find James now. James, big match up tonight.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me, Chopper and the team at Whakari Māori.
It really is, and there we're trying to get him back from walkabout, but I tell you what, the guy took 3 boats, 2 aeroplanes to get here, Campbell. It's been a pleasure to have James here this week already.
Aira, kei tika koe Chop. Pachino, pai te tūtaki tēnei rangatira o te ao pāpāho. Me kira he whanaunga tēnei, no ahi tareiria. Me te mea hoki kua roa te wā ia e no haumaru ana e arahi ana I tēnei ara o te ara pāpāho me kira mo tēnei tākaro o tātou mo te poiuka.
Yeah, simply outstanding as we get ready for the national anthems of both teams.
Now our teams will meet in the middle of the diamond to exchange handshakes in an act of good sportsmanship.
Well, boys, I don't know about you, but hearing the rendition of Australia Fair and, of course, Aotearoa's national anthem just puts hairs on the back of my neck.
Yeah, it sure does, and great to be here. Third time lucky, thanks to Chopper and the team at Wakata
Wait a
Māori.
minute. He didn't go walkabout. We found him. James Harris is here.
Right here for the massive action. It's been a big day. Couple of big games already between American Samoa and both these Australian and New Zealand teams. We're going to be seeing something that is so exciting. I've only ever seen it once face to face. That was a good decade or so ago, and I'll take it over to you guys to talk us through it.
Yeah, well, obviously a very special moment in Aotearoa sporting culture. The challenge, the whittle that was laid, the haka.
Whakatira, rā kua ki te tātou ia kamate. Me mihira ki tōna whakapapa. Kia ngā titoaranga tira, he tipuna rā, a te rauparaha, e mihira ka tika ki a koe.
Oh, well, it's a good old-fashioned standoff here in Papaia. ANZAC Day Test match. Australia face up to the haka here. They face the challenge. James Harris, how important is that?
Yeah, there's something stirring here today at the ANZAC Spirit. It's a WBSC World Cup qualifier. There's so much on the line. Neither of these teams wanted to take a backward step.
Indeed, and ladies and gentlemen, as you can see the replay and the passion, young Jackson Gerby's there on the left-hand side. They got the war paint on tonight here, or maybe we've got ourselves a little battle on ANZAC Day.
Koera, Chop. E whakaitia, whakai katoa nā hau ki ngā kōrero. Koe ki te tātou ia ngā kau titikaha. Ia hīkaka. Taihua ke ka ki te tātou. Ko ai ka katoa.
Simply outstanding, ladies and gentlemen. Let's have a look at the lineups for these two teams to face off each other in the ANZAC Day Derby here tonight. Remember, it's game number 3 on the schedule of day 1 of these 3 national sides that have come to Papaia, Palmerston North, American Samoa. We've seen them twice today. We have a look at the Australian lineup for you as well. They'll be taking the field first, men from Australia, and I tell you what, there's probably no one better to announce some of these names, but I'm going to give it a go for you. Left field will be Townsend. Out in the middle, here's the big home run hitter from the earlier match, Jonathan Faber. Lawson Muller will be over at right field. And the hooker to third base, Ezekiel Turnbull. Ethan Scott and Parker Cameron, they're pairing up the middle here for Australia. Flynn Edwards is over at first base. Behind the dish doing the catching is Jonte Walker, and Jackson Maluga will get the start here for Australia, James.
Yeah, the lefty from Queensland threw his team to a national championship in January.
You see the New Zealand batting lineup, the youngster Kiharoa Landon Lane, he leads off, be followed by the centre fielder Gerbies, then Rico Ratu Kumurua, Cole McWilliams. That's the power and the punch of this New Zealand lineup here this evening. Boston Allen will get the start at right field. He'll be hitting six today, and then counting Manako's pride is Makaiti Kingi Hicks in the 7th spot. Hunter Bailey, Thomas Wyball will round out the batting order, and of course it is George that'll be on the hill when they come to the batting for New Zealand. But as you mentioned just before, it'll be Kingi Hicks batting for him and the DP role. So there's your two lineups all set to go. Campbell Naremu joining us in commentary, our real specialist. Man, what do you think about the two lineups you see tonight?
Ka mehira ki ngā mātā waka kua whakakotahi nei ki roto I tēnei kapa o Aotearoa. Tino pūkenga ki roto I tēnei kapa. Hikaka katoa na tātai kua tai ātina na mai. Ko tau te kāinga, ki te kite. I ngā hua o roto I ngā tau. Ki te kite I ngā whanaketanga o roto I ngā nei tama. Areira, ikaka.
A real good one going on here tonight. Of course, we've got a great Kaiwawao umpires in here as we see Maluga, the big, tall left-hander from out of Queensland. Correct me if I'm wrong, James.
Spot on.
A fantastic young athlete. Had a chance to meet him earlier today. I tell you, he speaks well with good manners, and obviously he's a great baller as well.
Absolutely. Played under 18s and under 23 nationals for Queensland this year, so the kid can play. And we mentioned the ANZAC Spirit earlier. He presented his father's slouch hat and medals and an Australian serviceman.
Well, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. ANZAC Test, the big one. New Zealand, Australia, U18 WBSC World Cup Qualifier. Top of the first innings. Let's go. And right down Main Street to get ourselves underway here is Kiharoa Landon Lane, the starting shortstop for New Zealand, takes the batter's box.
Mihi ana ki tēnei tama, no te kapa o Porirua, ka hu mai I te takiwā o Pōneke.
This one fouls out in front. Tough play for the catcher, but on his haunches makes a hell of a play. Steve, a hell of a play from Walker behind the dish.
Ka mutu pēr I tama.
Walker did pretty well to get out of his haunches there. No one knew where that ball was going, batter or fielders, and then it was Eddards who completed the play at first base for the first out.
First pitch swinging is the centre fielder for New Zealand, young Jackson Gerbies out of the North Harbour Softball Association.
Ko ai tēnei tama.
I'm not too sure whose son that is, Campbell, but no, I do. Very proud of him. Of course, the youngest of our three children, young Jackson. 0-1 the count on him. This pitch is down the tram line. We've seen Maluga already use both sides of the plate, James.
Yeah, and you can see he's got a couple of good spins as well. So we'll look for his arsenal throughout the game. Maybe he's got a couple more tricks.
This one comes inside, really close, taking that pitch. 1-2 the count now on Gerbies. Beautiful evening here. We've had fantastic weather all through day one of this World Cup qualifier in Palmerston North.
Beautiful sunset.
Outside, 2-2 the count here. Yeah, beautiful sunset. Almost romantic, Campbell.
Ai, kua pēra, Chop, kua pēra. Te aruha nei, ko tai mai taku wahine hoki na reira.
Ai.
Kua pēra.
Ko tērā. 2-2 the count here. Beluga leans back. This one's down low, so Gerbies books a full count here.
Yeah, really tight on the clock as well. We saw a couple of the shot clock violations in the last game. He started his motion right on zero then.
So full count here.
Nei ko te uri o ngā tika hungunu.
This one fouls back. James, you talked about 22nd clock. Tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, it's a speed-up rule for our great game. The batter's got 10 seconds to get into the batter's box. The pitcher's got 20 seconds to release it. Violations on either side would be a strike against the hitter or a ball against the pitcher.
Spout out nice and simple. 10 seconds to get in, 20 seconds to get it off. Beluga, big back step. High hopper, Maluga will field, will have to turn quickly, and Gerbies is out on the whistle at the corner.
O kārawe. O te ahua nei tino tata tērā. Nā te hihiko o te manawa o te krapu o Aotearoa. I tino kite. I tērā ahuatanga.
Take a look at that bang-bang play, Chopper. Wow, could have gone either way.
I love that we've got some of the best umpires in the world here from the WBSC. They're right there, right on the money for the right call on the top of the first innings. An illegal pitch called by the home plate umpire.
It's Alan Walsh behind the plate. He signalled to the pitcher, hands together, so it might have been a short hold. It needs to hold for 2.
Ko whakaeke mai nei ko tēnei uri, o ngā timani o poto, o ngā tiraukawa.
So fouls off, of course, the double home run hitter in the game 2 from today. The third baseman from Christchurch.
In one inning, Chopper.
Yeah.
2 home runs in 1 inning.
Rico Datu, an opportunity here. So fouls back. And I've noticed something already here, Campbell. Maluga's not afraid to come into the zone, is he?
Kaore, anō nei he kai peitei, peitāna I ngā taha e rua o te pai. Painting corners, ne? Koina tāna wana pukenga nui.
What type of artist will Maluga be here on the ANZAC Eve tonight? Change of pace. First one we've seen here in the game from Maluga, so pulling it out early. Look at that sunset in the background there. If that doesn't remind you of ANZAC, the spirit of our two countries, I don't think anything will. Taken out. So a couple of quality at-bats here in a row for New Zealand, going full count, James.
Yeah, well, you mentioned he's not afraid to get into the zone, but it's been great by the New Zealand hitters so far, taking him deep in the count. Pitchers always want to try and dictate terms.
Full count on the corner's good, and Maluga will run through the top of the order from New Zealand. 1, 2, 3 here, and keep them scoreless. Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. The bottom of the first, and the continuation of the ANZAC battle will continue after the break. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here to Papaia. Bottom of the first innings. Let's have a look at the lineup for New Zealand out there. It'll be Bunter Haley at left field. Jackson Gerby's the starting centre fielder. Boston Allen rounds out the outfitters over at right. And then the hot-hitting Rico Rato is over at third base. Youngster Kiharu Orlando Lane sets to start up the middle with Thomas Wildbore shortstop and second base. Cole McWilliams will be over at first base. Romana Kumaro gets the start behind the dish. But the story here, Campbell's got to be George Smith with the start on the hill.
Ko tōna whakapapa I roto I tēnei kēmu. I kaha ki te tātai a George Smith ki ngā whakataitai amotu, under 17s. I te toanga o tana krapu o Canterbury, Waitaha.
And we look at the batting lineup for Australia. They are built from top to bottom. Scott, Cameron, Townsend and Walker, the top four. Faber, Eddard, Turnbull, and Lawson Miller and Michael Pinfirst will round out the batting order for Australia in this one. Look good. Bottom of the first. Here we go. Top of the zone. Of course, George Smith, the start on the hill here for New Zealand. New Zealand and Australia will play each other twice. Once today, once tomorrow. As we see that one hard hit up the middle. And if they get the job done, then they may face each other on Monday. So maybe a bit of gamesmanship around some of their lineups earlier on, James.
100%. Both teams are pretty deep in their lineups, pitching lineups, and they've got great depth. 5 pitches for both teams, I think. So just a little bit of cat and mouse maybe tonight and tomorrow.
First pitch is up, right on the top of the zone, as we saw Ethan Scott lead off with that single up the middle for Australia. First hit of the ANZAC Test match goes to Australia and Scott. Parker Cameron now, the second baseman, looking to get him over. This one fouls back.
Yeah, Scott ripped it up the middle, took his time warming up into the American Samoa game. Went to the plate 4 times, he got a hit in his 3rd at-bat only, and leads off with a single here.
See that one on the top of the zone, a little change of curly space, and that'll take the first out here in the bottom of the innings.
Tino ki te tātou i a ngā kau hi kaka, i a ngā kau titikaha I roto I tēnei kapa o a Itareria. Ngana ana rātou, ki te whai tuki ngā no.
Flynn Townsend now, the left fielder, will take over.
Yeah, great pitching from Smith. In my notes, that Chopper, Canterbury under-17 national champion pitcher, dictating terms, as we said at the top of the first.
Yes, of course, Campbell, you got to see a lot of Smith on the hill for Canterbury when they won the title this year up in Hamilton. What type of pitcher are we going to see out of Smith today?
Tamakaha. Kaha u ki ngā mahi o te kai epa.
Oh, got him at first base, excuse me. Campbell, a pick-off attempt down to 1, and the single to centre from Scott is erased with 1 seed from the catcher.
First base coach Callum Beashall just arguing the point there. It looked like the foot was in the way, so he had to reach around the leg.
That's it. If they're receiving the ball, they're allowed to stand where they want to stand, and New Zealand pick them off early. So I think we're going to see some great softball tonight. You were saying about Smith, the type of pitcher we'll see as he finishes it up. So New Zealand changed the momentum here in the bottom of the first innings. Look to try and carry it on. The ANZAC Test, top of the second, coming out next. No mai hoki mai, and welcome back to Papalea Palmerston North on day 1 of competition, the U18 Men's World Cup Qualifier, Oceania World Cup Qualifier, New Zealand, Australia. Big matchup tonight on ANZAC Day, and before I go any further, least we forget, as we pay respect to our fallen soldiers of both countries, Aotearoa and our friends from Australia. James, a significant day for both countries.
Yeah, we will remember them. It's a stirring day for both countries, and unites us, and we'll share a brotherhood forever, the two countries.
Aira, kamai maharo tonu tātai ki a rātai. Mihi tonu ana ki a rātai o te rua te kaumā wari. Wheka atu ki te rao ngā pakanga o te ao. A tēnei e mihi ana ki a koutou e koroma.
Well said, my friend, well said. Top of the second innings. One in the dirt. That'll be the catcher, Omana Kumaro, followed by the first baseman, Cole McWilliams. And in my mind, this kind of middle to tail of the order, Boston Allen at right field coming up third here. That's got to be important for New Zealand, Campbell.
Haira, Chop. Tino ki te roto I ngā tau. i ngā pūkenga o enei kai pati o te kapa nei o Aotearoa. Me ngā pūkenga o roto i enei tama. Anō nei he tūranga whaenga tā rata he whai wāhitanga pia ki te kapa matua o ngā tōkena pango. A reira, e mihi ana kia rātai.
So hitters count here. And laces this one straight. A bread and butter play for the second baseman, Parker Cameron.
Yeah, Parker, one of the thoroughbreds in this team, coached by Liza O'Leary, a very good friend of mine, and nice play. Routine in the end, took it waist height and fired it across to first to Eddard's.
Colquhoun Williams comes in with a 3.33 batting average. He does the first baseman for New Zealand. First pitch he sees is down low. Maluga came out of the first innings with a high strike percentage, Campbell. Now, 18 pitches, just 10 strikes. Maybe you might want to lift it a little.
Aira, ka hoki pia ki tōna he hikama. Ka whai hara no hoki ia. Tērā pia ka hoki atu ia ki te tīmatanga o te kemi. Ke whai tētahi wairua e ahe ana ia. E ahe ana tana rere pai i ona epa.
And we see another infraction here, James, another legal pitch for Maluga.
Yeah, it could be a little bit of nerves coming in. It could be the occasion, but it just might be that next level, playing that international level. The umpires might just be turning the screws a little tighter.
Well, the screws are tightened in. New Zealand, Australia, expect nothing less. Outside edge is good. And boy, oh boy, the river's open early, Campbell. Get the waka out there. Take that one down the aisle. A nice pitch of strike there on the outside edge. 2-1.
Hoki mai te kai paita.
A little change of pace. We saw him introduce one of those a little earlier, the change up. I think if he masters that pitch, he's going to be lethal, James.
Yeah. Earlier in this year, just finding a groove at the moment.
Found the groove on the last pitch, that one on the inside edge. That'll fill the count now, 3-2 here on McWilliams.
Tino epa. Kei runga no atu tēnei mea te velocity.
This one, Tino Tata, the top of the zone or just above it. And McWilliams will be the first base runner for New Zealand here in the ANZAC Test match.
Aira, ka me hoki kia ko McWilliams. Ko tino ki te i tōna wana pūkenga me ki rā ki ngā tuki ngā omanga kāinga me ki ngā home run hitters. Anō nei he bomb dropper ia.
Indeed. Shows bunt. Williams is not moving at first base. Maybe a little testing the defence pattern here from Australia early, James.
Yeah, we saw it in the bottom of the first inning as well when Australia got on base. Hitter number 2, Parker Cameron, showed short game as well.
This one flies back. Well, of course, James, great anticipation for you, my friend. A debut calling in New Zealand, but an ANZAC Test match on your debut. How good, and what do you think you're going to see tonight?
Mate, you and I have been in contact for a better part of a decade, and when are you coming over? When are you coming over? Well, I'm here, and what better way to start than an ANZAC clash?
Hard hit ball. Parker's there. Gets one, looking for two. Too speedy down to first base, but another fine play by the second baseman, Parker Cameron.
Tai hoa ke ka kite pea mehe mea ka wero te kaia ko te kapanei o Aotearoa i te kaha o te whiu o te kai hopu o ahi te reiria.
Makaida Kingi Hicks, the pride of Counties Manawatū. James, if there was a picture in the dictionary for a hitter, I think Makaida Kingi Hicks might be the picture that's in the dictionary. Look at him. He is built to hit that boy.
Man. Yeah, it reminds me of Zenon Winters in that left-handed box, just cheating out the half a step out of the back line. And
off and running. New Zealand showed their wares on the base pass against American Samoa earlier today with a double-digit stolen bases in the match, and here they pick up their first one in the ANZAC Test, James.
Yeah, it's impressive from the big man as well. A good speed from Boston Allen. Where have I got my name turned around the wrong way?
I know. Allen could be a first name. Boston could be a surname. But Boston and Allen it is indeed.
Kwarite Kingy Hicks.
Do you know what happened, don't you, James? While you were away, gone walkabout, Campbell reached over to your score sheet. He changed it around. He tweaked out the name and swapped them over. We got you good, James. We got you good.
Not the first time this weekend I feel like I'm being targeted.
Welcome to Aotearoa, my friend. Hard hit ball. Looking for the gap between right and centre field. This will play the first run of the ANZAC Test match. The first run for New Zealand.
Ka mutu pēa e tama. Tēnei uri o ngā puhi o tai nui e mihi ana kia koe tama.
Look, doing my research, as I always do, I put an asterisk next to this guy, Kingy Hicks. He just lit up every tournament he played in over the summer. You mentioned it. If you're going to put a picture in the dictionary of a hitter, he's just done it. I mentioned Zenith Winters. I didn't want to put any undue pressure on him, but he's just come up with the goods.
Kingy Hicks, first RBI for New Zealand. There he is at second base. He deserves a rest. The stand-up double opens the scoring here for New Zealand at the top of the second innings.
Ko Marshall Cronk mai te taha maui pēa. Marshall Cronk from the left side.
Marshall Cronk can hit. Oi, that guy can hit.
Weti ana.
Talking about hitters, Hunter Bailey, the left fielder now for New Zealand, takes the batter's box. Maluga checks the signal.
Anei, he ngā puhi anō tēnei tama. Ahu mai te nota.
On the outside, so Bailey in a hitter's count now. Luger ready. Holds back on one on the outside edge, and we talked about Maluga trying to lift that pitch to strike percentage, James. 33 deliveries so far by the top of the second innings, and only 18 of them are strikes.
Yeah, it's something that he's got to work on a little bit here. Less pitches per batter.
Can't get the river. Not even the walker fits down that river, Campbell.
Kaore, chop kaore, ke tika koe. Ke tika koe.
Hikoi te papatahi down to first base goes Hunter Bailey. And we see a timeout called here. And the head coach for Australia, Stephen Macnack. Tell us a little bit about him, James.
Yeah, he's got a funny accent for an Australian, but out of Western Australia, his home. He's a bit of a legend there, actually. They've been a powerhouse of men's softball for, forever. Since,
is that the Bedford club?
If it is, I played a couple of games for Bedford, actually. Aaron Cockman and the team out there. It's a good club to be a part of.
Well, kia ora to our friends in Western Australia and Perth and the Bedford Club as well. And of course, the other clubs, the great softball clubs in Australia. Fine softballing nation, our neighbours across Tasman.
Aaron Cockman.
Yeah. Two runners on here, 2 outs in the top of the second innings. New Zealand have played 1 run in the top of the second. They're looking to try and push that margin a little further. And Thomas Wildball, the second baseman, will step in to go to work.
I know this name. I'm sure he's got a brother who'll be in Colombia at the moment, and another one coming through the system. Is that right?
This one's tough play for Parker, and he spikes the ball, but they get him at first base. The play at home plate's not needed. Boy, oh boy, when we get a look at this play at first base, a lottery of things could have happened here, Campbell.
Aira, Chop. Ki te tonu I ngā pukenga o enei tama o ahi te reiria. Me te rawe hoki o he. Nā te hua hinga te whiu, engari ngā pukenga pai o te pai tuatai.
Well, Flynn does with a pick in the dirt, saves Australia. New Zealand will convert 1 run from the power of Kingy Hicks. Back at the bottom of the second next, New Zealand leading 1-0. And bottom of the second innings here as we continue this ANZAC Test match between these two fine nations. Well, New Zealand has grabbed the lead 1-0 here at the moment, and it'll be three of their best from Australia: Jonte Walker, Jonathan Faber, Flynn Eddards, the catcher, centre fielder and first baseman Campbell, that'll get us underway.
Aira, hika kāna kite I nei tama. Kite o rātou pukenga I roto I tēnei tahau te kem.
George Smith continues on the mound. We were talking a little bit off here what type of pitcher George Smith is, the Cantabrian, and he's methodical. Nothing special. He's not going to beat you with juice down the trap. But what he is, he's precise. If he wants to throw the rise ball in the in or the outer quadrant, the same with the drop ball. The change-up's normally pretty good in location. That's what he is. James, he's just simply reliable.
Oh, you'd expect that.
Hard hit ball. Oh! Rico Ratu had no business in getting that ball.
Hika mā. Tēnei uri o raukawa e kite ana I o pukenga e tama. E tika rāka mihi a koe.
Oh, what a sharp play in the hot corner from Ratu. We've seen him with the power with the bat in the first game and defensive flash just then.
Thomas Wild ball. Second baseman on screen. As you mentioned, trilogy of brothers. Trey, one of the starting pitchers for New Zealand that'll kick off the World Cup, the U23 Men's World Cup, underway in Colombia late tonight, I believe, or tomorrow, one of the two. Never know, James, what time zone it's in sometimes, but it's about to start, isn't it?
Yeah, Colombia, what a place to play. South America just getting stronger and stronger every time they put a team on the park. Argentina, of course, Venezuela, now Colombia with a chance to show their wares.
Mexico have risen through the ranks over the years. Of course, the mainstays, USA and Canada and the Americas. So a strong continent of softball as we see the walk issue to Faber. Didn't want a bar to do with him, to be honest with you, from after his exploits earlier today. But that's what these young men are playing for here this weekend, aren't they? They're playing for an opportunity to get to the World Cup, to take on the rest of the world's best.
Aira, Chop. Ko tā rātou whai wāhitanga. Ko tā rātou whai wāhitanga ki te kapu o te ao.
Well, a textbook sacrifice barn there from Eddards. Moves the runner over.
Was that man in the hot corner again? Rico Ratu coming in, charging the ball, throwing on the run, able to get the out.
Important for Australia, they move the runner into scoring position, albeit with 2 outs here. And Ezekiel Turnbull will have an opportunity for the Australians to try and convert here early in the match. Smith leans back. Oh, boy, oh boy. Ezekiel Turnbull wants that pitch back. That thing was Main Street City, James.
Yeah, Zeke gave it all there. It's he's another one from the T-Birds factory out of New South Wales. Wow, hard swing.
Aira, ko tino kite ia pōkai.
And the rise ball is good at the top of the zone, and climbing the ladder is Turnbull.
Kei ngā rangi tū ha te rā e pa.
So 1-2 the count here. Smith peers in for the signal. Hard hit ball. Centre fielder is tracking back, and he will make it there. These does Gerbies, and that'll do the bottom of the second innings. No score from Australia. They were teasing and tantalisingly close. We'll be back with more action. Top of the third next.
Hey, Stefano, look who's in the house.
From the park to the city, stories told our way. Quick scroll, one tap, kamo, kua uru mai koe.
Hey, tēnā koe.
Tō mātou reo.
Kia te manawarere, kia
Tō mātou puku hohe.
A lot of eggplant emojis there, my
Tō mātou tirohanga. Stream it, cast it, carry it with you. Download Māori Plus on your devices.
I know my heart of my Māori Plus. Ki whakaata Māori with all your live action for Poiuka Sopo here in Aotearoa, New Zealand. Great to have you along on Whakaata Māori, ladies and gentlemen. Just want to thank you for tuning in. It is a pleasure to have your viewership here for Poiuka Sopo and, of course, your under-18 men's Oceania Qualifier. Hard hit ball. Third baseman saw Rico Ratu on the far side. He's like, you know what? The Turnbull's got a little bit of action as well.
Aira, Chop. Ko tino ki te tātou. I roto I ngā huri pāwe toru, I ngā pukenga o enei taitama.
Centre fielder now for New Zealand to see stretch down the end, the first base. Jackson Gerbies takes the play. Hefty swing on a drop ball on the outside edge.
What a summer of softball. Looking at my notes on this guy, Chopper, he's played in under 17s, under 19s. He went to Australia to play the under 23s. He played the Heartlands. He played the Men's Open. Busy summer for you, I'm sure, as well.
I think I'm still parting it off, James, to be fair. I tell you one thing, as any parent of their kid, you just want them to be happy. And he loves the game of softball. It makes him happy, and that's all that counts to me.
Unlucky his last turn at bat as well.
Indeed, very close, bang play at first base. As we mentioned, very lucky to have one of the best umpires in the world here. Right call, right time on a bang play.
Tino tere ngā uri o ngā tikahungane.
Oh, indeed. Yeah, they're all fast from Ngā Tikahungane. Hey, they're all fast. Rose ball outside. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to count now.
I'm loving this. Shots fired from both teams. New Zealand landed the first blow and scored the first run.
Lefty on lefty matchup, Maluga. Big tall left-hander out of Queensland. Gerbies, the left-handed hitter from North Harbour, New Zealand. Change of pace.
Got to 0 on the clock, I reckon.
Shot clock. You're good at keeping a track on that shot clock, James.
I like a fast-paced game.
Fair enough. I reckon, Campbell, we should do a sprint race. Maybe you and James, and we'll set up the 20-second clock. Who can get there before puffing out? Back to the action on the diamond, 2-2. So the foul is back. I got to say, I like Maluga's delivery style. There's not a lot of exertion and jumping. It seems smooth to me.
Aira, ko tino Māori tau tana āhua epa.
Very relaxed on the plate. Pitching rubber is Jackson Maluga. Hard hit ball. That'll go down to right field, and Gerbies will be down to first base with a solid single.
And a tear rolls down the eye of Chopper. Yeah, great shot. Just never backed down from that battle, Gerbies, and he just smashed it through the 3-4 hole.
Campbell, we saw New Zealand when they started with the Gerbies and Ratu and Kumaroa, some quality at-bats going deep in the count. Why is that important?
I te mea, kia noho Māori tau te kapa I roto I tēnei wahanga o te kēmu. E hira kātika, I te mea me whai o manga, kia toa I te kēmu.
100%, got to be focused, determined, put it all out there. And that's what it's got to be tonight between Australia and New Zealand. Rico Ratu, strikeout watching victim back in the first innings. This one's outside, shapes the bunt, no movement from Gerbies at first base.
I'll just go back to the last at-bat from Gerbies, a 7-pitch at-bat. He was behind from the first pitch. He went 2-2, and on the 7th pitch, he just drilled one.
threat to runners, Gerbies at first base. We'll see if those New Balance cleats get a hopping. Off and running on the pitch. A head first dive and he swipes the bag, does Gerbies.
New ruling in the WBSC from March this year. You can leave the base when the pitcher's front foot lands. It's no longer on the release point. That's all the advantage Gerbies needed to steal a base.
So New Zealand with a runner in scoring position now here. Top of the third innings. Played it a run in the in the second innings. Now looking to double the lead here in the third. Māawatu chasing the rise ball, can't get a hold of it, and that'll be the second out here.
Ko pai te kite I te weroa te kaia ko te kapo o Aotearoa. E wero ana I tēnei, I te kai hopu o te kapo o Wahitira area.
Mana Kumaro now, starting catcher for New Zealand. 2 away here. Patiently waits as that delivery's below the zone. Kirby's peeling in from second base. This one right down on the edge. That's good pitch, Campbell. Real good pitch.
Ki mai te kai peita. Peita ana I te wahanga o waho te pai.
We'll reset the clock. Just umpires communicating with one another there.
Got a good umpiring crew in tonight, as you mentioned earlier. Australians Alan Walsh behind the dish, Bryden Wells. This one's taken above the zone. Bryden Wells, the first base official. Joel Grimes will be your second base umpire, and Sam Michael will be your third base Kai Wawal umpire for tonight's matchup. Just drops that one in the top of the zone, James.
Yeah, great pitch. A high drop's hard to read actually. Out of the hand, you think it's going to be up in the zone, but drops in. You were talking comparisons before. Name you might know. This pitcher, Maluga, reminds me of Caleb Vandergrant.
This one just outside. Yeah, very similar. Of course, Caleb a right-hander, but however, fantastic young pitcher, young Caleb Vandergrant. And he spent time right here in Papua, Palmerston North. He was a member of the Australian U18 national team that played in the World Cup back then. Can't catch up with that on the outside, and that'll take care of business. Maluga buttons down and doesn't allow the single to Gerbies to score. We'll be back with plenty more action. Don't go anywhere. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the ANZAC matchup continues when we come back. Well, the action's been fast and furious here over the first couple of innings. Bottom of the third innings now. Australia will get their third turn at bat. They'll send up Lawson Muller, Michael Ifist, and I'm going to come back to the name. It's Pinfist, I believe. And Ethan Scott, 1, 2, and 3, top of the order here. Australia, they did show some wares, getting a base runner on in both of the innings. One with a hit and then a walk. James, what's going to be the catalyst for Australia actually getting over the hurdle, converting those opportunities into runs?
That's actually a great question. Muller will lead off and then Finks. The P is
Finks,
silent.
thank you.
The Aussie name's getting you tongue-tied, Chopper, the irony there. The great question, because they've been able to get one of their first two batters on in both innings, haven't been able to capitalise. They've got to change the game plan.
Looking to make an adjustment. Steve Macnack, the head coach from Perth, Australia. He's a very experienced player and coach. I'm sure he's got a couple of game plans up his sleeve as such as this one fouls back to the screen.
Oh, yeah, there'll be more than plan A and plan B.
I don't know. When I was at school, I didn't even get to see. So, yeah, it was multi-choice in my day, James. I was like B, 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 but it got me through school C. To be fair, Campbell, I won't say much about that anymore. Oh, and a swing and a miss, can't get to it. So George Smith has really been methodical in this appearance so far, hasn't he?
Aira chop, tika tai. Ko tino ko ahua ki te tātou I tana Manawatū I roto I nei mahi o te kaiepa. Ko tāna ko atua, ko mauri tau hoki I roto I te kēmu nei.
28 pitches, 16 strikes so far from Smith. As he will face Michael Finks, the designated player hitting for Maluga in the lineup, the 9 spot here for Australia. Finks comes in with a perfect batting average from his game against American Samoa earlier today, James.
Yeah, it was the 9-hitter, sacrifice fly and 2 other hits. Or 1 other hit. Etherton was a pinch hitter for him later on, but 2 runs scored, sacrifice fly and a single.
Australia coming out of the starting blocks, real aggressive against American Samoa. Shows bunt and he's taking all the way here on a 3-0 count.
I pērā hoki roto I tēnei kēmu chop, I puta wawe I te kēti me kira. Ko tā rātau, ko te hehea hoki o te kaiako, kia pērā tonu,
Tika te kore ho. A little slow roller, tough play here for the second baseman. It's a glove flick, baby. A la carte.
Well, hot dog, right? That's right. We love that. Or nowadays we call it a web gem because it's one that we want to watch back, that's for sure. Come in charging with the glove, flicks it over to first, and McWilliams finishes the play.
It goes in the scorebook as a 4-3, but I don't think that does justice to the play from young Thomas Wildball. Hard hit ball. Wildball's right there. Easier one this time, and it's a 1-2-3. Bottom of the third innings, a tight matchup. New Zealand leading the ANZAC Test match 1-0.
Who is Israel Adesanya? He's the middleweight champion of the world. I'm gonna compete.
Don't want to boast, but we do lead the way in a lot of areas.
When they hit the stage, it's like, wow.
Yeah, that was a bit controversial back in the day.
I'm an addict, but I didn't think it would be this hard.
Kind of a bit funny when people say to me, oh, what are the boys up to? And I'm like, oh, hang on, I'll just get out my phone and have a look.
How do we do something that we think we've lost, but maybe we haven't?
There's always going to be times when I'm tempted.
Natural history all around, you just can't avoid stepping on it.
Just thought it was a man's job.
I would go back to my hotel room and I'd be broken.
It's better to be a warrior in a garden than to be a gardener in a war.
This is the future.
It's hard to explain the feeling walking in the footsteps.
No, my hoki mai, and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Papaia, Palmerston North here. We've got a fantastic one going, top of the fourth innings. And the Kiwis are leading Australia in the ANZAC Test match, 1-0. Cole McMillions, Boston Allen and Makai Kingi Hicks combined to score New Zealand's first run in the match, Campbell. And I'm sure they'd love to do that again.
Aira, me tika ko pērā ngā kōrero a te kaiako o Aotearoa ki tana tīma I te kapa nei. Kia hoki.
Hard hit ball, under one glove, deep in the hole, but no chance for Cole McWilliams is down at first base. Superman is safe.
Yeah, it was a good piece of the ball. It really took Zeke off the line there, Turnbull off the line and flicked his glove to shortstop. Ethan Scott didn't have time to make the play, and good wheels, lead off aboard for New Zealand.
Boston Allen now. The right fielder for New Zealand, looking to get him over.
Rihana ki tōna pāpa, ki taki moio ki tēnei tama o Curry Allen. Kai tākaro tautōhi tō te kapa nei. Junior Black Sox, 96, ki taki moio.
Yeah, Curry Allen, a fantastic baller in his day. Of course, Boston from the same whānau. Just outside. I like Maluga looking to use that tram line, just sometimes a little too far out, isn't he?
Using the whole clock as well. Yeah, umpires are likely to call a ball on the whole ball off the plate. Those couple of them in this game so far just a little too wide.
Foul tip, this one comes off. Of course, the clock he's talking about is not daylight savings, but actually the pitch clock, 20-second clock, 10 seconds the batter's got to get in the box, 20 seconds the pitcher must release the ball. He's close, does Maluga, just takes his time getting ready, and you can see it right behind the umpire right there.
McWilliams also credited a hit as well, so not an error to the fielder. Aboard from a third hit for New Zealand.
I'm not going to say I was going to call that a hit, but I did think the same. Like if Turnbull had made that play, or Scott had have made the play, and it would have been an exceptional play to get him out.
Beyond ordinary effort.
Yeah. Allen now. This one's down low. So hitters count. We've seen Maluga fall behind some of the New Zealand hitters. 3-1 now, James.
Yeah, both pitchers have thrown 3 innings of work for 3 strikeouts. It's just that the New Zealand pitcher, Smith, has done it more efficiently.
Apologies, full count now, 3-2. This one comes right down the edge. Well, we talked about the tram line. Maluga, they got that one picture perfect, Campbell.
Aira, ko hoki mai te kai peita. E peita ana I te kōkona o te paira. Ka mitu pēa e tama.
Well, the danger man from the second innings, Makai Kingi Hicks, drove in New Zealand's first run of the ball, and only run of the ball game.
And that just goes to show how much of a key out Boston Allen was just then to not put that runner in scoring position. So the Aussie defence may have done as good as they can do with this batter coming to the plate.
Oh, that's a good pitch, Campbell, real good pitch.
Aira, rawe hoki o tērā epa. Me kira ko hoki
Checks the signal, ready to go now. Good pitch.
Ko te mea nui, kia whakapono rāua, rātau me ki rā te kapo ahi treiria ki tā rātau rautaki ārai.
Hard hit ball. This is looking to play another run for New Zealand, and Kingy Hicks has done it again for the Kiwis. 2 runs to 0.
Tai nui waka, karanga maira.
That's great hitting. He hit the ball up on the letters. The Aussies got him down 2 strikes in the count by going down and in. And it was like he was waiting for that pitch, and he just drove it to straightaway centre field for his second RBI of the game.
Lugo still with a smile on his dial. He's not finishing the match. We've seen these Australians before with their backs against the wall, Campbell. They'll never give up, will they?
Haira, Chop. Ko pērā, mo ngā taumaha. Tēnei kapawahi treiria. Mai rano, mai ngā tau o Falkard ma.
Oh, Australia's had amazing pitches over the years. Falkard, Kirkpatrick. You mentioned Cronk a little bit earlier. Just to name a drop in the bucket of what they have, let alone the world #1 right now, Jack Beesgrove.
Ke tika hoki koe Chopper. Ki rawa wēnei, tēnei hunga, tēnei kapa o ahi treiria, ngā toki.
Of course, it's all about these young men, and it's all about now as Australia. Maluga continues to work here. 3.1 innings of work so far. 71 pitches, James. Maybe Australia look to do something about that.
Looks like there's bullpen movement. Get to that in a moment.
Slow roller, tough play. Coming forward, played it perfectly. Ethan Scott, fantastic defensive play.
Yeah, good play. The ball looked like it took a funny spin off the dirt. He got his body over the ball and knew that the lead runner was coming in fast and hard, and decided to make the throw over to first to guarantee an out. Timeout being called to talk about this. Great on the replay. Kept his body low, the glove down on the ground the whole time.
The key to that, wasn't it? The couple of steps he took forward to the ball, Campbell. Just shortened that play, didn't he?
Haira, Chop. Tana kahau ki te rā huatanga. Tana hei, tana whai te pōro. Kia whai putanga mo tēnei, mo tōna kapa wahi te reiria.
Well, the score moving up to 2 runs to 0 here. Head coach Stephen Macnack not going to take any risks. He's got 24 up in the bullpen. Jack Etherton warming up. So more bullets in the chamber if required for this Australian softball team. Fouls back on the hefty swing.
You said bullets in the chamber, Chop. I think it's the big gun of the team. Won the pitching award and the all-tournament team pitcher at the 2026 National Championships out of WA, Jack Etherton.
No chance to maybe see the gun. The big bullets from WA to come out for Australia in the ANZAC Test match here this evening. Thomas Wildball now, the second baseman for New Zealand, and a couple of good swings from him, Campbell.
Aira, tēnei uri o akarana, tana kaha ki tēnei tukinga.
Jason J.K. Kumaro, head coach for New Zealand on screen. So this one down low. New Zealand sent out a pinch runner out there on second base. Lucas Gibbons into the ball game. And a pitch on the outside edge will take care of business. Maluga, when he's needed it, he can find it. But so can the big fella from Counties Manawatū, New Zealand. Makaida Kingy hits. He's played at both runs for New Zealand. They lead by 2 in the bottom of the 4th. welcome. The test match has been simply outstanding. New Zealand have played it around both in the second and fourth innings. The bottom of the fourth now for Australia will be Cameron, Townsend and Walker. We're going to go down sideline from some reaction from the New Zealand assistant coach.
Kia ora whanau, Jackie here, and I am with Isaac Fletcher, the New Zealand pitching coach. Isaac, New Zealand's got off to a great start. You're ahead by 2 runs. Yeah, what do you put that down to?
Oh, just a great start. Just, teamwork. We talked about it before the start of the game. We knew that Aussie would kind of come out hard, so we knew we had to get a good jump. And it obviously starts in the middle with young Georgie. He's doing a hell of a job for us, keeping the ball nice and low, letting our field do the work. We don't need a strikeout one, we just need ground balls. And then going into our at-bats, we just wanted to be patient, make sure that we're swinging at the right pitches, and that's what they're doing at the moment. So, yeah, it's a really good start.
Kingy hits coming up with 2 hits with runners on base. That's a great start for that young man.
Great start. I mean, he's been putting in a lot of work up home in Auckland. He really likes running hills now, and definitely helping him out. So, no, he's had a hell of a start to the game, and hopefully he continues doing well, yeah.
Awesome. Continue the great softball.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Fantastic to hear Isaac Fletcher, the assistant coach. Boy, oh boy, Campbell, I heard about these trainings they've been having. Just lethal. Like, the Warriors doing Bethel's Beach was nothing what Isaac Fletcher was putting this junior Black Sox team through.
Kua wai mari a hau, I okura I tēnei kapakari I pera. Hoi anō, ko tino ki te I te hua o e rā mahi, o e rā whakangungu, nā reira e mihi ana kia Fletcher. Ki te hunga kaia ko Aotearoa.
You want to play for your country, you've got to be in shape, young man, and he takes no backward step. A fantastic athlete in his own right, Isaac Fletcher in the day. Of course, Australia have 1 hit on the day, and Parker Cameron just got the second, unfortunately, in his leg. Hit by pitch to lead off the innings, and Flynn Townsend now will step in. A pick-off attempt. Back in time. So Townsend trying to get him over, James.
Yeah, lead off on from a hit by pitch. Got to make him pay. Giving free bases in this game at this level should always cost you a run. And it's Townsend's job now to move him.
Inside out swing. Land in foul territory.
Ko te ahua nei, ko hi kakarawa, ko hi hiko di ngā manawa o tēnei kapua a hitara area. I tā rātai ngana ki te whai omanga, whai piro.
So foul straight back. So 2-2 the count here. The left fielder for Australia, Flynn Townsend. Fouls back. Townsend having himself a quality at bat here, James.
Yeah, coming up to 8 pitches in the inning, a few foul balls in a row now. He's just adjusted his swing just a little bit, just so he can make connections, stay alive in the count, try to move the runner.
We're going to win the battle. Rise ball, pick off. And Australia, fool me once, fool me twice. I don't know the rest of that lineup, but they've learnt from the first time they were picked off in the first innings.
Shame on me.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. Kambaroa had some success with a pick-off earlier in the game. He's tried it twice on this runner in this at-bat.
That one comes down low.
That's back-to-back free bases.
So a hit by pitch and then a walk to start off the bottom of the fourth innings here for Australia.
Fletcher's going to feature again as he goes out to have a chat.
Battery coach is Isaac Fletcher. A known pitcher back in his day, but boy, he became a pure hitter, Campbell, didn't he? And remembered for that big Grand Slam against Argentina, I think on the stroke of midnight at Roselle Park, to win the game for the Black Sox.
Aira, yeah, hoki maharana te rā chikinga o Fletch. Anō, he kai tākoro anō, no te kapa nei o the Junior Black Sox, ki takamoi o 2004, I tauai Fletch ki te kapa, ko ia, ko Penisi o Sefo, te rāhunga, Vairei Hagai.
Oh, you know everyone. Back to the action here. So Australia with 2 base runners on. And Jonte Walker, starting catcher for Australia, ready to put his line, his number on the line here for his country.
Yeah, had a good national championship winning selection as all-tournament team catcher in a national championship winning team, Jonte Walker with Queensland. The radar's gone in this inning for Smith. A hit by pitch, a base on balls, and now behind the count 3-0 chop.
And finds his range this time does young George Smith. New Zealand have warmed up Tyrone Robinson. So he's ready to go, done his work in the bullpen. If Jason Kumaro decides, straight to the shortstop, looking for a double, but it comes out of the glove. Wild ball hustles, and that's lucky that Australia didn't score on that play.
Ai, kei te tiro ki te tātou I te ao mai, I te ao wanga. Ai, I te hokinga mai o Kaiako Fletcher. A tērā pēr he hurihanga kaha, kei te haere.
Let's have a look at the replay. He came in, he wanted the lead runner, well, one of the lead runners going to two. He nearly completed the play, and runners safe first, second and third. You can hear the crowd reaction. Just giving George Smith a clap as he leaves the game with 3 strikeouts, only giving up the 1 hit in the 3 innings of work, but this inning here is one to cause us trouble.
Sure is indeed. Bottom of the 4th innings, a pitching change in the ANZAC Tests. We'll be back with more action. Don't go anywhere. Live on Whakaata Māori.
Stefano, look who's in the house.
Ai marika, ka whakaatuhia ngā tino kapahaka.
You were incredible. You were like a delicate taro leaf.
Tēnei raumati.
We were very lucky with kapahaka. With our kaiokos, with our parents and our aunties and nannies.
We wanted to be able to share that.
Me, ka tika.
I te kainga o te haka, ki Māori Plus.
Stefano, look who's in the house.
From the park to the city, from up the coast to down south, stories told our way.
How can you not be amped about that?
Sharp as a tack. Deep as an ocean. Ahakoa kei hia koe, kei reira a Māori Plus.
Hey,
Quick scroll, one tap, ka mau kua uru mai koe. Pause it, rewind it, play that part again, turn it up. This is Māori Plus.
Get ready with me.
Tō mātou reo.
Kia au te manawarere, kia au.
Tō mātou puku hohe.
There's a lot of eggplant emojis there, Matua.
Aroha mai, babe. Tō mātou tiroha. Watch it when it suits you, how it suits you.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. A massive moment in the ANZAC Test match here this evening between New Zealand and Australia. Loaded bases situation in the bottom of the 4th innings, and New Zealand have had to make a pitching change. George Smith comes out of the ball game, 3 innings of work, just the 1 hit, surrendered, but 2 walks, 3 strikeouts from its efforts today. But he leaves them loaded and will hand it over to the right-handed hurler from Hutt Valley. That is Tyrone Robinson.
Cold night, he want to get the fingers warmed up. Fires that one in there for a called strike. A member of the under-18 Black Sox who played Australia in a series in 2025 and won the top pitcher award at the recent under-17 National Championship pitching specialist.
Well, Robinson's going to need all of those accolades and a few more here to get through arguably the best hitter for Australia, Jonathan Faber here, the centre fielder, as he swings through that 1-2-2 cable.
Aira, ka taihoaka ki te tātou ngā pukenga o tēnei uri o ngā tiporoi, ia Tyrone Robinson, awa kairangi.
There was more awa than Kaiarang last week with all the floods in Wellington, my friend. But boy, oh boy, he's had a fantastic early career. However, Tyrone Robinson was on the New Zealand U18 team this time last year. Got a bit touched up from Australia, so maybe a little thorn in his side, ready to go this year. Big swing, big pitch, and Robinson comes in and says, I don't care if you're the best batter in Australia, you've got to face the rise ball as well.
Bit of motivation, maybe, Chopper, just to get one back on the Aussie. Started off with a strikeout, key strikeout, because the bases are loaded with none out. You can see the New Zealand defence trying to put the pressure on, all inside the line.
Flynn Eddard's the first baseman for Australia. Sacrificed himself in the second innings. Of course, that was against the pitching of Smith. One away. Tyrone Robinson. Boy, oh boy, took about straight into the fire, Campbell.
Aira, ko puta wawe I tiketi tēnei tama, tēnei toki o te kapa o Aotearoa. Nō nei he kai paita nō tēnei. Ki ngā taha o te pai.
A big swing. Even bigger drop ball from Robinson as he paints the bottom edge of the zone. 1 and 2 the count now.
This is Australia's big chance. I think it's a different sport, I get it, but it's similar. The Major League Baseball stats for runs scored with none out and loaded bases is over 2.
Tough play. They're going to score, Australia. They'll get, out of safe at first base on a bang play, but more importantly, Australia strike for their first run of the ball game here, 2 runs to 1.
Aira, ki te tātou tēnei āheinga ki haroa. Oh, me te tata hoki. Me te tata hoki o tērā tukinga ki Wainganui.
I hit tata, but it doesn't matter if it's close. The key in that at-bat is Eddards gets the job done to convert a run for Australia. I asked you, James, earlier, how do they convert it? Well, what? They just asked the first baseman to bat.
Yeah, that's it. You've got to get the ball into play. That's the first thing you've got to do, and that's exactly what happened. That high chopper made it tough on the shortstop, Landon Lane, and he came up with a good play, but it's still loaded bases with 1 out.
Diamond is prepared immaculately here at Palmerston North and driven into the ground off the bat of Eddards. No chance to get a play at home plate. Converts a run, and then a bang safe call at first base. Well done. And the young man, hard hit ball up the middle, and Australia will convert multiple runs on the plate as this one's bailed to third base, and Australia have found their rhythm here. Ezekiel Turnbull flips the lead. Australia lead now 3 runs to 2.
1-2 punch. Eddards first, then Turnbull rips one up the middle, gets it past the second base player, who I said earlier is fielding inside the line, so couldn't get any lateral movement on that one. 2 RBIs and then an errant throw, but no further damage except for the batter getting to second on the throw.
Aira, me te rawe hoki o tērā tukinga ki te takiraha waenga. O tā ahitare iria. Kua huri te tai me kira, kua huri te tai.
Lawson Mueller now. Australia with 2 runners in scoring position. And I tell you what, Ezekiel Turnbull took a lead from second base all the way halfway down the track. That kid's got canonis. Foul tip.
And isn't it amazing what a momentum swing can do to the confidence levels of your players? You mentioned the leadoff off his second. He knows the play's not there, so he wants to get as far down the line as possible. He knows that the run they want to stop stands at 3.
1-1 in the count now. This one fouls back. Tell you what though, Campbell, we've seen a lot of good hitters in their time. When they swing underneath the drop ball, normally something good's about to happen.
Ai, tika tau, Chop, tika tau. Tērā pia he kōrero tērā mai au whiako. Experience there, I think, Chop.
All ready to go, 1 and 2 the count now. Little fishing outside, no nibble though. And the right fielder from Australia. Australia would love to convert these other 2 runs right here, James, surely.
Still with only the 1 out.
Takes this one up top. Quality at bat. Gee, the tail for Australia's wagon, isn't it? Edwards, Turnbull, now Miller with a chance. And paints the corner for the strikeout on the outside edge. We've seen the river a little bit open today, Campbell. Maybe the door. Oh, the oar of the boat's paddling a little in that last one. Alan Walsh, one of the top officials out of Australia. Just privileged to have his umpiring prowess with us here this evening. Michael Finsk, designated player, now with an opportunity. Still 2 runners in scoring position. New Zealand will be able to back up the middle infield now with 2 outs. Full swing from Finsk.
Handy 9 hitter, hitting 500 for the tournament so far with an 833 OPS. Robinson, though, I just want to comment, he hasn't done anything wrong. 2 strikeouts. Let's not forget, that was a bang-bang play on Edards, and also that just missed the glove of second base, the hit of Turnbull, to get potential couple of ground balls.
There's a low lifter, and he's found his rhythm to finish him off with a strikeout. So 3 strikeouts on the innings, but the story is Edards, and Turnbull. They played 3 runs for Australia, and they take the lead in the ANZAC Test. More action to come when we come back. Woo! It's a goodie.
Chop it.
Well, it was billed as a big matchup, an ANZAC Day Test match between New Zealand and Australia. New Zealand struck first with a run in the 2nd and the 4th innings to take the lead, 2 runs to nil. So we see a hit pitch to start the innings. But it was Australia who have made their march. 3 runs in the bottom of the 4th innings has turned this game on its head. Australia leading 3 runs to 2 of New Zealand. They'll send up 3 of their best here to get them underway. We see the hit pitch first, and then we'll come up to bat 2 more of their great little hitters. Fantastic indeed. But we have got a sideline interview. We're going to go down to Jackie now with the coach from Australia.
I'm here with Stephen McNack, the coach of the Australian team. Going into the 4th innings, you were 2 runs down. Yeah, you were chasing those runs. You've managed to pull them back. It's now 3-2. What do you put that down to?
Just plate discipline. The boys starting to really look at the right pitches to swing at and really focus in on what they want to hit.
What are you going to need to do to finish this game off?
Tighten the defense up a little bit and definitely keep that plate discipline and try to score a couple more runs just to put some pressure on the other team.
Fantastic. Well, there you go. It's about putting pressure on the New Zealand team. All the best for the rest of the game.
Thank you very much.
Well, putting pressure on when needed, and boy, oh boy, didn't they pour it on in the bottom of the 4th innings. Australia, when they had runners in scoring position, Campbell, they had put the pressure on indeed, didn't they?
Aira. Ai tino ki te ia rātou pukenga ki te whakapita ihu I roto i ngā mahi o te rawahanga o te kema.
So top of the 5th innings here, Lennon Lane with a hit pitch down at first base. And it'll be Jackson Gerbies and Rico Ratu will follow him right now. 2-2 the count on Gerbies. This one fouls off. Maluga continues to work on the hill for Australia into his 5th innings of work. There's been moments where he's got in a bit of trouble, got behind that percentage of strikes needed, but he's found a way to keep on going out there, hasn't he, James?
Yeah, 4 hits and a couple of walks has put a little bit of pressure. But he's been able to come back with some key strikeouts, number 6 for the game.
We'll change of pace. We'll take care of the first out here in the top of the 5th innings. Rieko Ratu, strikeout victim in the first, watching. And again in the 3rd, he'll be looking to change that trend here, Campbell.
Aira, he tika koe chop.
Pick-off attempt down at first base. Landon Lane is there safely. James, the momentum of a game, when you give up the lead like New Zealand just have, what are they going to want to do now in the top of the 5th innings?
Lead off on. They've done that. Check, tick that box. Now they've got to move the runner here. 1 base at a time to get 1 run at a time.
Off and running on the pitch. The throw's good, but it bounces. And he's off and running, looking to get 3, New Zealand! Landon Lane can fly!
Rawe.
3 bases, that's what we're saying.
And I think we've got a call. We have indeed. First base umpire. I think we may have a leaving early call. We'll see if we can get that for you in a replay. See the play at second base, but I think we've got an leaving early call. We'll wait for the officials, see if we can get some action for you. But he has been deemed called out, that's for sure, has Landon Lane. There's your first base official down there. Of course, that is New Zealand's Bryden Wells. And as I mentioned, we've got some of the best umpires in the WBSC here, James, and we're privileged to have him. If he says he leaves early, he must have left early.
Yeah, and that's what you've got to do. You've got to take the call of the umpire, and there's no review systems here, so you can't check on that.
Rieko Ratu now.
You spoke about momentum, though. That could be a momentum killer. Now going to 2 outs.
Ai, kei te tika, James, kei te tika koe. Ngana Rieko, kia huri I te tai me kira, kia huri I te tai mo tēnei kapa o Aotearoa.
All right. And on the back end of this one, looking to get it to the fans. Ratu has gone!
Anei te karanga e tama, hei, ha! Ngātiro kawa, e tū!
Rieko Ratu for New Zealand. Charges down the line of his teammates as he charges that one out of centre field.
Ties up the ball game with a charge to straightaway centre field. That's his 3rd home run of the day. If you've got a chart on his hitting, all 3 of them have gone over the centre field head.
Kei te tika rā koe, James. He toki tēnei tama, kua kite I ona pukenga I ona hua ki roto I ngā tau. Ka tika rā me mihi.
Simply outstanding, the 3rd baseman from Christchurch, Rieko Ratu. 2 strikeouts on the day, and boy did he change his fortune, Campbell.
Ai rā, chop.
Romana Kumaro now.
Who said it at the top of the show? 2 evenly matched teams, nothing separating them right now.
New Zealand strike right back to tie up the match here at the top of the 5th innings. ANZAC Day clash. Skips in the dirt. Of course, these young men celebrate with passion and pride. Just like our great men that fought for these 2 countries on ANZAC Day.
Ai rā, e tautoko ana I ngā mihi ki ngā hoia. I tau atu rā ki te pakanga o te ao.
Maluga leans back again.
Kua tino ki te tātou I te huri o te tai nānei. Kua tū katoa te kapa o Aotearoa ki tā rātou pai. I kakana tēnei kapa.
Opportunity driven Tough play, slow roller. Perfectly played by the third baseman, though. Boy, he's been good today, Ezekiel Turnbull. But the tail of the fifth innings, it's Rico Ratu with a big shot over centre field. We're getting ourselves a tight ball game on Anzac Day. Wow! Bottom of the fifth coming up next.
Toro atu ki te ao te moana.
Aue, tō kaha huna e hoa.
Ki te taha o enei hoa hou.
Aue, kua haere katoa te Waikihia.
Big Z's and Littles, ki Māori Plus, me whakaata Māori.
Ko te Māori rere, whanau atu rā. Kia kaha, kia mau, kia u. Ko te Māori kei a koe.
Island of Mystery, ki Māori Plus, me whakaata Māori.
I know my haere mai, hoki mai, ladies and gentlemen. Papaya, Palmerston North there. Lads, we've been treated to a barn burner, fantastic, lead game-changing match so far this evening, Campbell. Your thoughts so far?
Aira, Chop, ko tino kite i ngā huringa o ngā tai. Me te whai ara kia whai te au. Me pēnei pia. Ko ai te upi ka puta i te mutunga o tēnei kēmu.
It'll be top of the order, Ethan Scott, Parker Cameron and Flynn Townsend. 1, 2 and 3 for the Australians. James, we talked about it being a close match, but did you know this game was going to be like this when you stepped up into the commentary booth?
A little bit topsy-turvy, and both teams showing the fight to come back as well. You know what? It's what I would have hoped for.
Living up to its billing so far, this Anzac Day test match between Australia, the pride of Australia, and the traditional green. New Zealand in their away strip, white tonight. This one flies up and coming a long way. A miscommunication, and that ball will land in the grass without touching a glove.
Ai rā, ia ua wanga e rā toko rua. Te tūmanako, kia whakapono rātou ki te rautaki, ki ngā rautaki o te tīma. Haere tonu.
Did you just say chaos ball just then? Absolute no man's land, landing in between three fielders, and Ethan Scott taking full advantage.
Australia get an opportunity early here. Gift from New Zealand. High fly ball. As we see a little bit of kind of night dew foggish in there. Maybe some of that in the lights. We don't know. We're not out there on the paddock. But a tough play. A long way for the right fielder to come in on that one, Allen. And a long way for the second baseman, Wild Ball, to go back on. And in the end, ball landing on the grass. Bottom 5. Textbook bunting situation here for Australia from Cameron.
Ki te tata I te rautaki o te kaiako nei o Ahitare area. Ka whai ara haumaru te kaioma. O Ahitare area ki te papatua toru.
Right. Going to push him over to 3. Swing and miss. Green light, 2 balls and 0.
Yeah, surprising, Chop. The two-hitter in the team with that go-ahead run standing on 2, you would have thought, like you mentioned.
Shapes up this time, and that one's down the zone. So, head coach Steve Macnack trying his luck, trying to get the hitter to hit on an 0-2 count. Now he's going to do it the fun way. 2-2. One just getting stuck in the hand. Well, this is what, moments like this is what test matches are really about, isn't it, Campbell?
Aira, me te mea nohoki, ka tino kite I roto I ngā mata, ngā tini mata o ngā whānau ko whakapiri mai nei. Ko tino kite I a āwanga, I a mahara I roto I a rātou. anxious.
Now the first base goes Cameron, and patient at bat, James.
Yeah, we saw this last innings from the Aussies, getting the first 3 base runners aboard. First 2 in this inning on board.
Head coach for Australia, Mac said he wanted pressure, apply the pressure, and they're looking to do that again here. Bottom of the 5th innings is Flynn Townsend will come up to the plate. That one gets back to the screen, so they'll advance. Both runners in the scoring position. Another gift from New Zealand here in the 5th, James.
Yeah, and for 3 hitter in the box now, 4 and 5 hitters due up to bat. Danger signs here for, I was going to say the home team, Australia home in this game, but the locals.
This one's up. Is it deep enough to score? Here comes the centre fielder on his haunches. He'll make the catch. And the runner at third base, Scott, will respect the power of the centre fielder from New Zealand.
Geez, he had a hard time picking that one off the bat, but then made up the ground easily in the end to take it on the edge of the dirt. No light towers at centre field.
Kaore. Ko te ahu nei, ko tino whākua ki te iti ia pō kaikaha ki Wainganui i tēnei tīma o Aotearoa.
That'll bring up to the plate here, Jonte Walker. And he's a handful. Hasn't had success in the match so far. One grounded out to third base. The fielder's choice from the shortstop. But don't be surprised if he doesn't get good bat on the ball. And here we go on cue. Will it stay fair? Just foul. Boy, oh boy, that was close, James.
Oh, a lot going through your mind as a right fielder there. Don't catch it if it's in foul territory, but don't let it land fair. That's dead man's alley. That's going to score 2 runs easily and stand that runner up at 3.
Time called here from New Zealand. And the pressure is on here, 2 runners in scoring position. They've been manufacturing this pressure though, haven't they, Campbell?
Aira. Kua ata tātari i te kaiako, i te kapa o hahi Tereiria. Kia whai wāhi atu ki tēnei ākuatanga.
Back to the action now. 1 down, bottom of the 5th innings. A big swing. Well, there's no surprise here. Robson on the hill's got genuine velocity, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's turned up the dial a little bit as well from the first inning he pitched, which was the 5th, the 4th.
This one comes through, and this one's more accurate. Low lifter on the inside edge. Picks up the strikeout. So 2 away now. New Zealand looking to get out of the jam here. One safe hit from arguably their best hitter in their lineup, Jonathan Faber, and Australia could push out the lead here.
Yeah, it's been a good comeback, giving up that double, which probably should have been an out, then a base on balls to get to 2 out with those runners at 2 and 3. Clocking up his 4th K, Robinson.
This one off the end of the bats.
Ki rā koe nei tētahi o ngā toki o te kapa o Ahi Tereiria. Ko Faber. Tai hoakeka ki te ko Waikatohu. Ko Waikahua, ko Waikatohu.
New Zealand have some movement in the bullpen. Zach Adkins from North Harbour is up and warming. Of course, he threw the first 2 innings of the American Samoa game at 3 p.m. today. Rise ball comes through.
Wetty, Anna.
Faber does not go down guessing, does he?
No, the power of his swing. Collected 2 home runs in the first game. Proud Indigenous Australian.
Change of pace through the legs. Australia looking to grab the lead. And they will. Catch a foot. New Zealand couldn't block that one in the dirt. And Australia's pressure turns into gold. 4 runs to 3.
Aira. E te ua hoki o te rā epa. Kia kore te kai oma e ke mai ki te pai. E whai piro hoki a i te reiria.
Scott was ready to go. And any opportunity, hit first slide, and Australia have taken the lead again, James.
Got to take every opportunity, and that one just getting away from Kumaroa, the catcher, to go ahead. Now Australia for the second time in this game.
Off the end of the bat. Wild ball will take care of it, but it's not before Australia scratch it out. One hit, one walk, equates to a pass ball, a couple of gifts, and Australia have the lead in this ANZAC Test match. We're through 5 complete, ladies and gentlemen. Don't go anywhere. Don't change the dial. Whakaata Māori's got you, and the completion of this game is going to be nothing but brilliant. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. A fantastic match here on ANZAC Day between New Zealand and Australia. New Zealand struck first back in the second innings with a run, then another in the fourth innings, all off the back of Kingy Hicks. Then Australia have exploded into this match. 3 runs in the bottom of the fourth innings. New Zealand and Australia both score 1 run each in the fifth. That gives us the scoreline right now. 4 runs to 3, Australia leading. And New Zealand will have to try and flip that momentum again here, Campbell.
Ai, kua wai Māori, kua tau mai ki te pai ko Colquhoun McWilliams. Te tai toki o ngā o tēnei kapa o Aotearoa.
Colquhoun McWilliams, New Zealand have 5 hits on the day. He has one of those. That was back in the fourth innings to go with his walk. So on-base percentage in this ANZAC matchup tonight by the first baseman from New Zealand is perfect. One fouls straight back. James, you've got to take your head off here. Jackson Maluga looked like it plenty of times. He's coming out of the ball game, but he's just hung in there, hasn't he? He's only given up 3 runs, all earned, 2 walks, but the 6 strikeouts have kept him in the game.
Yeah, we were looking at the bullpen a couple of innings ago, but he's stayed true to his form here. He's found a groove when he's needed to. Reduce the amount of free bases, and now he feels like he's in control of the game.
93 pitches so far from the left arm of Jackson Maluga. 52 of them have been strikes in the match.
I can't imagine he'll go a 4th time through the lineup.
So down low, the lead-off walk, that could seal his journey soon. As we start looking into the dugout for Australia. And Steve Macnack looks like he's got pins in his toes as he's hopping around the dugout.
Ai, te rawe hoki o ngā karu o McWilliams. Kia whai ara haumaru ki te pai tuatahi.
Pins in your toes, that's got to hurt. Sacrifice bunt, can't get her down. So McWilliams, who was a good runner, down at first base. Boston Allen, the right fielder now, trying to get him over.
It was more of a running bunt attempt, wasn't it? He was on his bike.
Push bunt. Tough play. Where do they go? They go to second base, and he's safe! He is safe! New Zealand pull off a play you don't see very often, drawing the infield in and then executing.
It was brilliant. It was so well executed, and it left Cameron with nowhere to go but the lead runner, because it was Eddards that came down on the bunt when he showed bunt, he charged the batter, just left first base open.
Ai ka tika rā e James ara. Ko ai ake ko eke mai ki te pai patu ara. Ko Mikaira Kingi Hicks.
So an infield single, as you so rightly put, the danger man for this New Zealand lineup tonight. Mikaira Kingi Hicks, he's driven in both 2 runs for New Zealand. Of course, the other one coming off Rico Ratu's bat. Back in the 2nd and 4th. Now an opportunity with 2 runners on here. And there's a gift for New Zealand. The pass ball, James, is about to come to you. The intelligent play here, no matter he's driven all those runs in, you sack bunt him right now. But now they don't have to with them in scoring position.
Well, depends on what team you're thinking about, because I'm thinking walk the batter, like, you know, even load the bases. This guy's been hot. Now, the free base, you almost got to do it.
Hunter Bailey, Thomas Wildball will follow Kingi Hicks. With no outs here. Then the top of the order, Landon Lane. Maybe a pinch hitter might come into the ball game. We'll find out. What head coach Kumaroa pounce into the game. Australia, middle infield, having to play in now with the 3 to 2 runners in scoring position. Change of pace, can't get it to land.
Going down and in. They had success against him last at bat, but the interesting shift for me is Eddard's. He's 2.5, 3 metres off the line. Just trying to plug that hole.
Maluga wanted that last pitch. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Down low. Kingi Hicks is not interested, is he, Campbell?
Kaore. E te rawe hoki o na karu. Mana e whakatau. Mena he poi tikara nei.
2 runners batted in by Kingi Hicks. 2 runners on bases. It's a 2-2 count here. Is that the formulation for success for the Counties Manukau lad? Oh, what a pain jump. Brilliant from Maluga. I tell you, like a thief in the night, he pulled the string on that one.
Aira, wetsi ana tera tuku.
Simply outstanding. James, that's what we talked about today about Maluga. He's found a way, hasn't he?
Yeah. Just pulled a trick out when he needed it most, and Kingi Hicks did not hold back on that swing.
Hunter Bailey now, 1 down, looking to convert. Campbell, squeeze play maybe?
Well, te rautia, te tai rautaki pai, chop.
It's always been one of the go-tos for the New Zealand sides, historically when needed.
If he can get up the first baseline, they're going to score easily. Back behind the line, Eddard's 2.5, 3 metres off the line.
Here it is. Oh, safety squeeze. That wasn't a squeeze. The runner didn't go. It was a safety squeeze, that one. But he knew too. He'd probably get safe on the plate. So lots of options here. 1-1 the count now. There you can see in the background Kumaroa giving the signals. They're all single signals. And that is success. Maluga just below the zone.
Ka korea Maluga e hia kia tai atu ki te 3-1 count.
But Australian defence, the shortstop's inside the line, second and first base behind the line.
Squeeze, failed squeeze. He's in trouble here. Hot box. McWilliams right by the base. Oh, it's an overthrow, but he won't score on it. Oi, talking about using all your cats' lives at once, Campbell.
Aira, wanga McWilliams i kora. Ko te ahua nei karea Hunter Bailey ki te tohu atu kai ako.
Cole McWilliams, you can see him hung up here in the hot box. It was a failed squeeze attempt, off and running on the pitch, missed the bunt. And New Zealand lucky to get out of it. Oh, Maluga, top of the zone. Boy, that's unhittable up there.
That high drop.
Fantastic delivery. 106 deliveries from the left-hander from Australia here this evening. Top of the 6 innings. Can't get it to land. New Zealand with a loaded base situation.
Second walk for Bailey tonight, a timeout called. Go back to that trap play. It's not an excuse. The team has only come together just briefly in a camp prior to flying over to New Zealand. So the first time as a team, here's a look at that trap play again, that they've come together. So they may not have worked on this.
Aira, there, James.
Just a bit of confusion, and the confusion in the end was third baseman for Turnbull just missing his allocation, and doesn't matter now. Loaded bases, got to move on. Maluga knows that. He's got to find a way. Check swing. Thomas Wildball, young man out of the Howick Softball Club in Auckland. A big spot here, Campbell, for New Zealand. A big opportunity in the match.
Aira, chop. Whai wāhi atu a wild ball. Kia ngana ki te whai piro anō hoki, anō mō te kapo Aotearoa.
No balls, one strike. Hotel's full. Good pitch. Drop ball, jamming on the inside.
Rawe.
ANZAC story ready to be written here tonight between these great nations. Maluga leans back. Change of pace. So he'll pull that one out front. Boy, oh boy, I like that change up. If he can control it, James.
Yeah, it's a weapon, that's for sure. He's got some big outs already in this game. Go to it now. You've thrown so many pitches. You need all the weapons you can use.
And the whole 0-2 is wild ball. Maluga now. Here he comes. Waste pitch up top.
Does not have to go anywhere near the zone, even maybe for the next 2 pitches.
He's already thrown 110.
Well, I was just saying you got to use everything you got, and now I'm saying waste a couple.
Back to the action. Loaded bags. And he gets him. Drop ball, though, this time with a bit more velocity in a good way. Boy, I hate to repeat myself here, James, but Maluga just finds a way, doesn't he?
Yeah, 8th strikeout of the game. When it matters most. Gave up a walk and a single, then a strikeout. Gave up another walk to load him. Another strikeout, just when they need him most.
4th time through the order for New Zealand now. Top of the order, Landon Lane, Goobies at R2. Back-to-back change-ups.
Was that Trevor Chappell?
Oh,
too soon?
Not for us, it isn't. More than happy to go there if we want to. But we were out of respect for our friends in ANZAC. We won't talk about cricket at all, my friend. This one outside. So flip the switch. The last batter was behind the count, 0-2. Now the batter's in a batter's count, 2-0 Campbell. Maybe now's the time.
Aira, hengana ana tēnei kai patu, ko Landon Lane. Kia huri te tai, amo tōna kapa o Aotearoa. Whai wāhi atu ki e tai piro.
3 straight balls. New Zealand are 1 pitch away from tying up this ball game here. And they won't want to get to the centre fielder Goobies, who's up next, I can tell you that.
I'm in 2 minds here as the New Zealand strategy. 4th time through the lineup, or do you go to your bench and you bring in some pinch hitters?
Drop ball right down Main Street.
Had to be, otherwise a run scores. Same with this pitch.
Ringa raupa tēnei kai epa ki enei mahi.
Landon Lane, Maluga, New Zealand, Australia, leading back. Drop ball outside, we've got ourselves a tiled ball game. Landon Lane, a quality at bat.
Ai, ka tika rai chop. Ai mihi ana ki te rauri o Porirua. I te rāhuatanga pai, rawe. Ka mutu pea e tama, ka mutu pea.
Coach heartbreakers, those ones, James.
Yeah, might be time. You know, we've been praising him. Might be time though. 100 plus pitches, fourth time through the lineup.
First pitch swinging. That'll go foul out of play. 119 pitches on the night for Jackson Maluga from Queensland, Australia. He's throwing a heck of a game, We're all tied up at 4 apiece here. I hate to see him leave the game behind on the scoreline. Gerbies, though, he'll have a different opinion. Takes a rise ball up top.
Ara chop, ko te pātai ia. Ko wai te Jackson ka hua. Ko wai te Jackson.
Aye.
Ko Maluga, ko Gerbies rānei.
Which Jackson will win on Anzac Day? You're right, Maluga or Gerbies. Ko tēnei te wā for New Zealand. Hard hit ball and straight into the glove of the first baseman. Oh boy. Oh, he still finds a way. Even leaking in a run, James, he still finds a way.
Yeah, straight into the glove of first place, Edards. Geez, he's been one of the defensive players of the game for the Aussies.
Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. The ANZAC test. Woo! 4 runs apiece. More action to come when we come back. Welcome back in the beautiful evening night here in Papua, Palmerston North. Boy, the backdrop has simply been a spot for the theatre of softball on the diamond here tonight. This ANZAC Test match has not disappointed Campbell.
Ai rai chop. Kei tika koe. Ko tino ki te manawareka i roto i ngā tini mātua, tini whānau kua tau mai nei. Ki te papai oia, ki te Manawatū.
Simply outstanding. The lights are on here at Colquhoun Park. Of course, a huge upgrade in 2020 for this age group. The Under-18 World Cup they hosted then. Now, the Oceania Men's World Cup Qualifier. New Zealand, Australia, American Samoa over 3 days of action. The first big match-up tonight, the ANZAC Test. James, I know I asked you a couple of innings ago your thoughts on this game, but boy, what are you thinking now?
I'll wait for this pitch. Just free bases have been costly for the Kiwis. A walk, a hit by pitch, a fielder's choice, miscommunication have all cost New Zealand runs, whereas they have relied on their bats, scoring their first 3 runs all off great hitting.
New Zealand out hitting Australia tonight, 6 hits to 4. New Zealand, though, leading the error tally, unfortunately 1 error to 0. So Australia have put the pressure on at times. They'll look to try and continue that here as we go through the 6 innings. Edards, Turnbull and Muller. 1, 2 and 3 for our Australian friends.
Could I just say his day today, Edards, is batting 1,000. He's 1 from 1 because his first 3, walk, hit by pitch, and then a sacrifice in this game before a infield RBI single.
That infield RBI signal was actually, in my mind, the turning point in this match, James.
Yeah.
I don't think Australia kind of had the belief they could convert their run. I asked you about that earlier, and him just hitting that into the dirt was enough for Australia to mentally make that jump into back into the match.
Yeah, a little bit of momentum from those free bases, and then just built on that momentum, which gave then Zeke Turnbull a little bit of more confidence to come into his at-bat to bring in a couple of runs as well.
Simply taking the opportunities that set in front of them. Full count here. And a lead-off walk issue to Eddard's.
No one's worked out how to get this guy on base 5 from 6 with a sacrifice.
ANZAC is a fantastic day. 25th of April is obviously a favourite day for the Eddard's family here in New Zealand.
Te rawe hoki o na karu.
Ezekiel.
Arahau maru ki te pai tuatahi.
Right. Hard hit ball, double play. Just a little stuck in the glove at second base from Wildbore. Now they'll get the lead runner though, New Zealand.
Sharp play. It was good from third base player Rico Ratu. And then just second base player Wildbore, you called it well, Chopper, that it just got stuck in his glove. You have a look there at the replay. And then had to throw a sidearm sort of out of the fingers.
Ara, ko tino ki te ngā pukenga o ngā taha e rua o tā Rico Ratu, taha ki te patu, taha ki te whira.
So runners at first base here for Australia. Ideally, would love to grab the lead. They did that in the 4th and the 5th innings, grabbing the lead in this match. They'd love to continue that tradition here in Palmerston North. Ezekiel Turnbull's opportunity now, James.
This is Muller. Turnbull on first.
Sorry, apologies. Yep.
Raka ki te hoki Adkins, e whakangungu ana.
1-1 the count now on Muller. Check swing. Tough play here. Very tough play. And he will be just out on it. And I don't know how Roberts got in there to make that play.
Aira. Ano nei he, ko te ahua nei he sniper.
Oh, that's how he did it. You got a sniper came to the ballpark. James, you tell us. What happened here?
Oh, he would have been safe if he'd kept his feet, but here's another look as the ball's been hit high and into foul territory. Yeah, we missed that second view of it, but you're right. Campbell, I think that was a sniper.
A sniper from the crowd. Got Turnbull on the way to first base, so that'll be the first out.
Move the runner to 2.
Michael Finks now, runner, as you mentioned, in scoring position for Australia. The last 2 innings, they've had them in scoring position, they've converted.
Between e nei ākuatanga āmai, ko Māori tautonu Robinson.
This one pops up. Foul out of play as we see. We see the pitcher's father, Michael Robinson, trying to catch that foul ball. Let's just say he needs to go back to catching training. 2 hands, mate, 2 hands. Good to see the crowd enjoying themselves here, Campbell. It's all about that, isn't it?
Kiwis need this out because otherwise we turn it back to the top and the red-hot Ethan Scott waiting on deck.
Just off that one, Finsk. 1-2 the count. 2 away. Runner in scoring position, second base. As you mentioned, Scott, 2 from 3 today. 2 solid hits, centre and right field. Oh, to be fair, the right field was the one. The right field was the one that the runners kind of ran over. That's right. Drop ball, just misses. Time called here. Yeah, McWilliams, you can see here. Tino Tata, just a little low or a little wide. Drop ball, just misses. bit of leadership there from Cole McWilliams, the first baseman, bringing his team in there. Making sure we're all on the same page.
Ai ko ia te tai o ngā kaiarahi o tēnei kapo o Aotearoa.
Thinks. Waves at it, can't hold it back, and Robinson will get him out of trouble here. They'll leave the runner stranded at second base, and this one's got a bit of feeling in it now. We'll be back with more action, the top of the 7th innings, and an outstanding ANZAC Test match here, 4 runs apiece. .121 pitches from the left-hander Jackson Maluga, and he will be asked to push deeper into the well here. And an outstanding matchup. New Zealand has scored 4 times, the 2nd, 4th, 5th and 6th innings. Australia has scored in 2 innings, the 4th and the 5th for their 4 runs to date. An opportunity to grab the lead, an opportunity to keep it level, then win it into death. How will the ANZAC Test finish up? Well, we'll find out as we work our way through this one, Campbell.
Ai rai, karanga nei ki tēnei uri o Maniapoto, o Raikawa, Rico Rātu. Me tana o mga kāinga I te Rātu patu, I te Rātu tukinga.
Rātu, double strikeout victim, and this one's a high fly ball. Watch out, and it lands. Rico Rātu gets a little gift from his friends from Australia.
Well, it just makes me wonder, because both teams have now fallen victim to a chaos ball that's gone high, perhaps in between outfield and infield, but, you know, perhaps they're losing it in the light. Yeah.
E pera tonu I te rironga o Jackson Gerby's hoki. Ia hua wanga ia ngana ana ki te hopu I te poro.
Tell you what, the best part of that play is Rico Rātu didn't break stride, even though it was a genuine pop-up, or high pop-up to be fair. He's on second base now, rewarded for that commitment. So New Zealand, a chance to bring one in the textbook way here as Raumana Kumaro steps in to go to work.
Yeah, saw on the replay, neither player knew where it was really, because neither of them were committed. So you don't make those mistakes very often at this level.
Rautaki pai pia kia whai tētai tuki poto. Maybe a bunt situation.
Textbook situation for that. 1-1 the count here as Kumaro eyes up. That's bulging left arm of Maluga. 125 pitches now. Bunt is down.
Perfect.
Oh, what a play for the first baseman. Eddards has been outstanding in the batter's box, and that defensive play was top shelf.
Yeah, brilliant play. I thought it was going to be safe here because he had to barehand it as he crossed that line from pitcher to catcher. Still able to make the out. Run at a 3.
Oh, you called it sacrifice bunt. They do that. Almost get safe at first base. Cole McWilliams, he's been great tonight. 2 walks and a solid single to shortstop. Takes the first pitch up top.
Tēnei toki, kanoho ki Manukau.
Defensively, Australia have to bring the infield in, or the middle infield anyway. Try and keep this at 4 runs apiece.
If either of these two batters get on, Chopper, we'll see Kingy hits to the plate.
Big night for Kingy Hicks, driven in first 2 runs for New Zealand.
Interesting, the timeout's been called by the first base coach. He may have picked something up.
All right, Gene Lutton.
Passed on as a word of advice, Gene Lutton, dual international, played for New Zealand Black Sox and for Samoa. Back to the action now. McWilliams back in. 2 balls and no strike. Hitters count here. Beware of the squeeze play, I say. Maluga comes back with a changer. We know Eddards can get in quick. Can he defend it? Well, McWilliams just drive it up middle. Ball's down low.
Ia tātou e titiru ana ki te whira. Ko tino kite i te pai tuatahi o te kapoahi tereria. Ko tawhiti atu, ko tua atu i te rārangi.
Definitely got gaps out there he can utilise. What's the odds of a change-up coming down here, James?
Not this pitch, 3-1.
Oh, it's in the dirt. Oh, just doesn't get away. Good base running at third base by Ratu down there. Recognised it didn't get far enough. Held his ground. Got a no-end to chance your arm, don't you?
Yeah, it probably wasn't on. Didn't go to the back net. Timeout called by Steve Macnack.
And it looks like we may see a pitching change here. And Jackson Maluga has had a heck of a night. 131 pitches on the night, 70 of them are strikes. And boy, oh boy, he just got it done tonight, James, before he cut away.
Unreal. Great endurance from the young man. And you're right, he got the job done when he needed to get him done. But 6 walks will be costly for those 4 earned runs, 7 hits. Big night, great night from Maluga.
And we'll leave the ball game at 4 runs apiece. This pitching change brought you beyond the dugout. We'll be back with more action here on the ANZAC Test. Top of the 7th innings. We're locked at 4.
Hey, Stefano, look who's in the house.
From the park to the city, stories told our way. Quick scroll, 1 tap, ka mau, kua uru mai koe.
Hey, I don't know.
Tō mātou reo.
Kia au te manoa rere, kia au.
Tō mātou puku hohe.
What eggplant emojis there, my
Tō
friend?
mātou tirohanga. Stream it, cast it, carry it with you. Download Māori Plus on your devices.
That is tough. Kei aku nui, kei aku rahi, anei rā, a haka feels.
Ours just make sure that everyone knows who we are.
Te whāinga matua, kia rangatira te tū, kia waganui te tū.
Hear my brother say, stop.
I want to win. I want to win. Let's go. Anei a haka feels, te mihi atu nei.
Mr. North, great to have you along for this ANZAC Test match. We're all locked up at 4 runs apiece here. These two teams have gone hammer and tong. Jackson Maluga lead ball game, the left-hander hurler from Queensland after 131 pitches. And they'll hand it over to a new hurler into the game. James, you introduce him for us.
Yeah, from one corner of the country to the other, Queensland to WA. And Jack Etherton, the pitching award winner from the under 18 national championships.
So Jack Etherton with an opportunity in here to try and keep the door closed for Australia on this offence of New Zealand. They're all tied up at 4 apiece. We saw a pitching change for New Zealand, and New Zealand paid for it in that first innings of the change. New Zealand would love to return the favour right here, I'm sure. Bunt is down and goes foul. As you mentioned, just as we were coming back, my friend Bronson Harper out of Christchurch, Ototahi, he'll have a big opportunity here, Campbell, for New Zealand.
Aira, tēnei kaipatu no Ngaitahu, Waitaha. E hihia nōna, no tōra kapa, ke whai wāhi atu ki tēnei piro, e whakauki mai a Riko Rātu, ki te pai.
Etherton. Often running on the pitch, uncontested, so New Zealand with 2 runners in scoring position now.
Unsurprising. Normally you would see a play, but a 4-all game here in the top of the 7th. They've got to stop that run from scoring.
They're backing their guy Etherton here to get them out of the jam. Misses that inside. Good patience by Harper in the batter's box. Tino Tata. That means close, by the way, Jays. 3-2 now. Time called by Etherton.
2 seconds to go. I don't think they're going to reset the clock.
No, they don't.
Oh,
he should not have been given the timeout. But anyway, we'll continue this action. Clock is reset. Swing and a miss. The runner will score, and Harper will get down to first base on a drop third strike, and second as well. New Zealand take the lead in the top of the 7th innings.
Have a look at Ratu take off on the pitch. I thought I heard a foul.
Now the foul was off the catcher's helmet as it goes to the offence. Harper strikes out here, goes gloved and helmet. There's the 2 sounds you heard. Harper then scampers round a second. That's why he was still running. And New Zealand have taken the lead here in this ANZAC Test match, 5-4.
Aira, e hoia no kua hoki mai tēnei uri o ngā puhi o Tainui. Oh, anei, kua Tainui.
Another one! Out at the plate. Etherton, fantastic coverage of home plate.
Oh, great play, but I think the pitcher and catcher have crossed themselves up the last 2 pitches. Perhaps they haven't had a chance to work closely together before. Wow, what a tight play at the plate.
Tight play indeed. And you mentioned an opportunity here to get to Kingy Hicks in the lineup. New Zealand have got that opportunity now with a runner at third base.
And that runner got on from a drop third strike.
Sure did indeed. Drop third strike RBI. You don't write that down too many times. Etherton.
Are we forgetting to mention that Kingy Hicks is in the box with the free base here in the 7th?
I think Etherton, look at his face, mate. He says, I don't care who you are. You got to get on base, you got to earn it. And he's going right at him right here.
3-0. Oh.
Going to try to, I should
Maybe
say.
this is why I'm not a coach.
Kingy Hicks. Is he green light? Comes inside the runner and he will score! New Zealand gifted another run here in the top of the 7th inning, 6-4.
Te ahua nei, ai taki titiro I ahua I whakaro au I tuki te pōro I Kingy Hicks, hoi anō, kāri whakaitia e te kaiwawao.
In 5 pitches, there's been 3 plays at the plate for 2 runs scored, an out at the plate, a drop third strike RBI, double. He got to 2 on that, don't forget, and now a 4-ball walk in 5 pitches.
Pitching change. We saw that for New Zealand on the flip side. Back in the 4th innings, they bring in Robinson, and the runners convert, not really out of luck, just out of, I'm going to call it kind of I don't know what it is, to be honest with you. And it kind of feels the same here for Etherton. There are some plays that have just happened you don't normally see. And just like that, the tied ball game is gone. And now Australia's down by 2 runs.
Ai rā. Ko ahua, ko te ahua nei ko heke te ngā o te kapa o ahi i te reiria. Me whakapono rātou ki ngā rautaki o tā rātou tima.
It looks like there's going to be a pinch hitter here for New Zealand. Caden Kadaya will step in to go to work for Hunter Bailey. Etherton trying to keep this games close. Australia's going to need at least 2 runs in the bottom of the 7th innings, unless Kadaya's got something to say about it. Catches him out.
Tino ki te hikaka. Ka karangatia tēnei uri o ngā tiporou o te whakatō hea.
Kenny Hicks running at first base. Kadaya is ready, Etherton is ready now.
Rā te rā e patini hanga e chop.
We had a chat about this young Etherton last night, James, and you were saying good velocity. The rise ball, when he gets it going, can be unhittable. There's that rise ball now.
On cue.
Yeah, indeed. And that'll finish off Kadaya, and that'll finish off the top of the 7th innings, but it's not before New Zealand somehow, some way, find a way to score 2 runs. They lead the ball game. We'll be back. In the bottom of the 7th, can New Zealand win the ANZAC? We'll find out in a moment. No, my hoki mai, welcome into the evening sky here on ANZAC evening in Palmerston North, Papuia. A fantastic matchup. New Zealand have scored through 4 of the 7 innings of this match, 5 of the 7 innings of this match, to give themselves the lead. 6 runs to 4 here as the relief pitcher Tyrone Robinson continues to work on the hill for New Zealand. 3 outs away from an ANZAC victory and an opening day pristine record on day 1 of this World Cup qualifier. But as we know, Campbell, Australia will not rest here in the 7th, will they?
Ai rā, Chop, kei te tika koe. Ko pera ua tātou tuakana o ngā tau maha.
Indeed, an opportunity here for both teams. New Zealand with a 2-run lead. Australia, the fighting spirit, the backbone, better than any country in the world. And here's that backbone coming to the forefront. Australia lead off the innings with a single to right field, James.
3rd hit of the ball game for Ethan Scott. The lead-off has done his job. He's got aboard. They need to score 2 to tie it. 35 plate appearances for the Kiwis tonight. This is the start of the 4th time through for the Aussies.
Australia, of course, the second pitcher they've had to look at, as we'll see, the New Zealand coach, battery coach, to come out, Isaac Fletcher, to have a talk to his team. Maybe slow things down a little bit here, Campbell.
Aira, ko tāna pia ki tana tīma. Ko takoto te manuka e hikama. Nā reira ka hatatai. How te whakauti? What's our answer?
I don't know what the answer is. James, I'll ask you, because Parker Cameron is the tying runner at the plate.
Yeah, hit by pitch and a walk his last 2 at-bats, but a strikeout in his first. Is that a bunch situation when you're chasing 2? I don't think so.
Well, they came into the arc 2 by 2. I tell you what, Australia will take 1 to get within one swing of tying the game up. So an opportunity for Parker, however he chooses. Robinson missing inside.
Landon Lane's really opened up the 5-6 hole here. He's playing 2 or 3 steps up the middle here because they want that lead runner at 2.
Inside set from Kumaro. Rise ball sails away. New Zealand don't have anyone warming up in the pen. Looking to ride the Te Awa Kairangi horse all the way home on this one. One comes through on the outside edge. Composure's the key in these moments, isn't it, Campbell?
Hei ana, ngana ana Tyrone Robertson. Kia whai putanga, tana krapa.
This one fouls back. No movement at first base from Easton Scott, and he is a threat to run, James.
Yeah, leadoffs normally are. Smart runners as well as good hitters will not need an invitation.
See the infield there, all set and ready. Ratu's been good at third base. This one fouls off, right side. Parker's, I know he hasn't had the real success tonight. He's only had 1 hit from 3. That was the hit by pitch. But no, he actually is a good contact hitter, James, and he could come through right now.
Yeah, he got the ball into play 3 out of his 4 times against American Samoa as well as a walk. No, that was Jackson Jones.
This one fires up. Coming a long way and makes the catch. Does the right fielder for New Zealand, Allen. And New Zealand now 2 outs away.
Ai me te rawe hoki o te rā hoku. Ko tā Harper, Bronson Harper te rā, ki te takiraha matau. Uri o ngai tahu.
So Bronson Harper stays in the game. Right field takes that first catch. Flynn Townsend now. First pitch. This might land. Right in the glove of the left fielder. We're 1 out away now.
2 outfield pop-ups in 2 pitches is just what the doctor ordered for New Zealand to be 1 out away.
I'm not going to call it, James, but Jonte Walker gets on. I reckon Jonathan Faber walks it off for Australia. That's what I'm saying. If Jonte Walker gets on, that one fouls off.
You said you weren't going to call it, but I think you just did.
Jonte Walker's got to get on yet. And I think Tyrone Robinson's got another idea for him. 1 out away from a great victory on Anzac Day for Robinson and New Zealand. Rise ball to the top of the zone. Crowd's getting loud.
Ai, ka rongo tātou i te tini, o te marea.
0-2 in the hole. Walker. Robinson can feel it. Steps back. New Zealand. And through it comes. Robinson. New Zealand win the ANZAC Test match here in Palmerston North. 6 runs to 4.
Mutu pia e koe tau mā.
An exceptional matchup of sheer determination, bravery, courage, and just far out great softball. James, what do you say about a match like that tonight?
Well, you've got to say that both teams came out fighting. New Zealand had the momentum early in the game. Australia fought back, took the lead. New Zealand comes back fighting. Lead change. Tied game for a little while. In the end, New Zealand run out winners.
James, I'm going to come back to you for MVP in a moment. Hoa Campbell, New Zealand getting it done. Wasn't easy tonight. Australia, great competitors.
Hai rā, Chop. Kare kupu. Kei whea mai. Koina noi hotaku.
Beautiful indeed, I know. Hard to put into words. These two teams put them all out there tonight. They're beyond the dugout. MVP player of the match, James, who you got?
Oh, you could have thrown 6 names in the hat tonight. Smith and Robinson both pitched their hearts out. Rico Ratu at third base, solid as a rock, and hit a home run, got on a couple of times late in the game, but the early damage was done by their 7-hitter. Kingy hits, RBI double in the second, RBI single in the fourth. Just did the damage early in the game.
Oh, there you go, number 21, the designated player, Makaire Kingy Hicks. 3 RBIs in a day, 2 from 4. He is the beyond the dugout MVP as New Zealand win a big match tonight, 6-4. They are the ANZAC champions, and they mark the first peg undefeated on day 1. Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back with reaction on the sideline. When we come back, what a game, what a game. We'll see you soon.
Food is your medicine. If you really want good health, know where your food's coming from.
We wanted our children to grow up in the wilderness. The world needs kids like that.
Māori have always understood the best way to live on this harsh land.
We can hold on to our tikaka, our practices, our traditions, and bring them into this day and age.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Australia put up a great fight here tonight. They really did a great job, boys. You've got to be proud, James, with the way Australia played this match.
Yeah, they played with a lot of fight. You could see the heart and the spirit of that team. They didn't give up. And you can see in this vision that they're pretty down on themselves. But, you know, I would take so much out of that game and bring it into tomorrow, because they've got to face New Zealand again. They can get one back on them. They've just got to bring their A game. I think they just gave up a few too many free bases there later in the game. New Zealand made them pay. I was critical of New Zealand giving up the free bases to Australia, but it turned out to go the other way, and they turned opportunities into runs as well, New Zealand. So Australia, a little bit to work on.
Campbell, what about the Iron Man from Queensland, Malou, the left-hander? 131 pitches tonight. What an effort from the Queenslander.
Hai rā, Chop. Weti ana. Ko tino kite i tōna ringa raupā i roto i enei mahi. Te kai aipara o Aitereiria. Ai, tana upoko pakaru, tana whakapau wera ki roto i ngā mahi. Rawe katoa.
Simply outstanding. James, before we go down for reaction down on the sideline, we're getting a player and coach from New Zealand to have a chat to here. Let's look at the Australian lineup. Ethan Scott tonight, he couldn't have done more as a lead-off batter, 3 from 4.
Yeah, 3 from 4, and he got the other one into play in a 1-2-3 inning, hard shot to second base. So he's getting the job done at the top of the order. Where they need to work on 6 strikeouts looking tonight, the Aussie hitters. You go down the order a little bit, and Edards, he features for me a sacrifice, an RBI single and a walk. Added to that, his defence at first.
Campbell, New Zealand out-hit Australia 7 hits to 5 here tonight. for New Zealand. That's got to be a tick mark, surely.
Aira, ka hoki mahara ki tērā tau. I wainga nui I ngā tukinga, I roto I ngā tukinga o enei tīma. I puta te ihu o ahi te reira, e rima ngā wā I tērā tau na reira. Kia hoki whakamua mai. Kua pai, kua ea.
Simply outstanding. We're going to go down our sideline for some reaction. We've got an MVP, you called him, Kingy Hicks, and of course, their coach.
Kia ora koutou e te whānau. Well, here we are at the end of day one, and I am with Jason Kumaroa, the coach of the New Zealand team, and Makaira Kingy Hicks. Welcome to you both. Well, first and foremost, congratulations. Great day at the office today with 2 wins. You got to be happy with that, Jason?
Oh, definitely. We had a good start, and then we gave it back to Australia. But the good thing about it is like the boys just keep fighting, and we come back and snatched it off them. So, very happy.
Yeah, I spoke to the coach during the game, and he talked about applying pressure. They needed to apply pressure to the New Zealand team. And watching New Zealand, I can't help but think that on the reverse of that, it was about making the most of your opportunities throughout the game.
Oh, absolutely. Like the plays that we didn't make, which we trained for, like they were common errors, and we can fix that. Those are easy fixes, and we'll make sure we'll take care of that. On the flip side, with Australia, like they're a good side too, and they never give up. And it's good to see 2 quality teams going at it on ANZAC Day, and we came out on top, which is nice.
Very nice. Now let's talk to you about your hitting today. Fantastic to see you out there coming up with those hits when you needed to. So you scored a couple of runs early in the game and then also towards the end of the game. How did you feel about how you contributed to the team today?
I feel like it's all a team effort. You've got to get runners on to score them, and it's all about having good at-bats, swinging at the right pitches, and just try driving the run.
Yeah, awesome. So, as he said, it's about having good at-bats, swinging at the right balls, and I think it's actually just working together, as you said, as a team. Yeah, so what are we looking towards for tomorrow?
Well, tomorrow, when you're playing international softball, you're always trying to look for that, that perfect game. I'm not always going to get it, but that's our goal, is to try and play that perfect game in all aspects of the game. Base running, hitting, pitching, defence, all that kind of stuff. Never stop trying reaching that. So we'll give it a good crack tomorrow. These guys will bounce back tomorrow, and we've got to be ready for it and give it back.
Yeah, there you go. All right, team. Well, there you go. You heard it from the New Zealand team. They've had a great day at the office today, but it's about coming back tomorrow and applying it all over again. Congratulations.
Well, there you go. Successful captain Jason Kumaroa, and of course the MVP, Makaira Kingy Hicks. Exceptional day for them, an exceptional day for New Zealand. They go undefeated on day one of the 2026 Under-18 Men's Oceania World Cup qualifier here in Palmerston North. Plenty more action to come tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. Australia and American Samoa will kick us off at 12 o'clock on Whakaata Māori, and then it's a repeat of the rubber. New Zealand, Australia at 3. 6 p.m. The nightcap will be New Zealand and American Samoa. Thank you so much for your viewership this evening. Congratulations to both teams here on Whakaata Māori for Softball New Zealand. I've been Jason Gerbies with James Harris from Australia, with our friend Campbell Narimu. I'll leave it all to you, e hoa.
A tēnā kia whakakapi ake I tēnei wānanga o tāne whakapiripiri. Ka tuku ai I te karakia. Karanga kia rangi nui e tui honei. Karanga pika papatua nuku e takato ake nei. He putanga ariki, he putanga tauira I ora pai ai te ara kupu matua. Nā rongo, nā tāne, nā rehua. Ka puta ki te whai ao, ki te ao marama. Haumie hui e tai kie.